So it's been a long time since you guys last saw me, and when you last saw me, I was kind of not doing so hot, I suppose. But since then, a lot of things have happened, and well, I guess to just skip forward to the end, I'm ready to be back. And instead of just doing a generic like 2025 goals video, I kind of want to just use this as an opportunity to kind of give you guys a quick update. So last time I uploaded was on my birthday, August 28th. I was really not in a really good headspace. During that time, there was a lot of really stressful things happening all at once, and that video, it wasn't necessarily like a cry for help. It was just kind of like a way for me to just get the stuff out of my system and reset my expectations for myself. So for a quick little breakdown, when I first came to Japan in 2022, I was at a different language school in Tokyo for about 3 months. After 3 months, through a family friend, I was able to get a job teaching English at an after-school program, and it was a really great opportunity, and I really enjoyed it. But obviously, I'm not working that job anymore. Some of you might already know, but I've already returned back to a different language school. Now I'm living in Kansai. So before I was in Tokyo, now I'm in Kansai. I'm going to a school in Kobe. I knew that English is not something I want to do for the rest of my life, and I am incredibly lucky to have people in my life who are willing to support me in my goals. Like mainly my mom and my dad, who like I owe everything. I literally owe everything to. My goal shifted to returning back to language school, getting as high level Japanese as I possibly can, and opening up as many opportunities for myself in Japan. Now, my current goal at this language school is to stay there by the end of this year, and hopefully by the end of this year, be nearly at or as close as I can get to N1 Japanese language proficiency, the highest score on the JLPT. So basically, how does that all relate to last year? Well, last year I officially moved at the end of March, and I moved into a new apartment with my now ex-girlfriend. Basically, throughout the first couple of months, I was really enjoying everything about my life, but every time I came home, like my relationship was slowly starting to crumble. We care about each other very, very much, but both of us have very different standards and very different ways of approaching certain issues, and we couldn't really meet each other where it mattered most. Every time we tried, it would get better for a little bit, and then it would taper off. So fast forward to the beginning of June when we finally broke up. After, of course, moving in together in Kansai. A couple weeks after that, I went to America for 3 weeks. My first time back in America since coming to Japan. It was really, really great to see my dad. He's one of the few members of my family, at least my close family, that is still living in America. I'm sure many people who have lived abroad know this feeling. I definitely felt, I guess, the reverse culture shock in some ways, but mainly this overwhelming feeling that I've honestly felt through a large portion of like my adolescence and some points in college. Being an outsider and a stranger in a society that I can easily take part in, but taking part of it might take a toll a bit greater than I would like, if that makes sense. This is kind of the first time I'm talking through these thoughts, so I guess bear with me a little bit. But I suppose having that feeling before coming to Japan has helped me adjust to Japan, because you know, if I've always had this feeling of being like a stranger, it would definitely help me adjust to being a gaijin that occasionally gets stared at on trains, or, you know, oh, Nihongo jouzu desu yo ne? Yeah, I've gotten jouzu'd many times, and every time it happens, it's, you know, shit, fuck, god damn it. I'm still working my way up to, itsu Nihon ni kimashita ka? You know. That trip was really great, but it was a bit too long. I saw basically all the family and friends that I really wanted to see, and then I came back to Japan and I was like ready. I was like, all right, no more messing around. I'm gonna make the Persona 3 IRL video. I'm gonna finish it. I'm gonna get on the content grind. My ex-girlfriend had moved out by that time, so essentially I had the whole apartment to myself and I was ready to go. July 19th, I received news that one of my closest childhood friends, unfortunately, took his own life I've been working so hard for all these goals, and I'm just, every time something happens, and it feels like every time I'm getting closer to those goals, something bigger happens. At that point, I had no direction. I had no idea for what to do next for the channel. Do I just keep live streaming? What kind of videos do I make? I have no idea. I'm trying to find a new apartment. There's just too much going on. I was overwhelmed. Obviously, really terrible news. On top of that, it kind of starts to compound. At the end of September, I moved into the current apartment which I am sitting in now. I kind of realized, I think at some point early to mid-October, the universe is telling me right now that whatever my approach is, whatever my thought process is not what is best. It's not going to work out. There are just too many things that I have to focus on that are derailing my efforts and that are causing me to feel completely overwhelmed and like I can't do anything and essentially retreat into unproductive habits. But luckily towards the end of the year, that pressure was starting to relieve as I was able to just focus more on my goals with school. I need to just refocus my efforts, don't think about the YouTube for now, and just really try to make this fall semester as good as I can make it. And I really think I did. And to any classmates or to any teachers who may be watching this, thank you so much for making this fall semester so great. Or fast forward back to December, and I've headed back to America to finish out the year with the holidays with my family. This trip was really essential, I think, to fully completing the reset of my brain. I was able to start up some new hobbies that it's been a really long time. When I was a kid, I really loved reading, and so it really felt good to get back into it, especially rereading a bit of Lord of the Rings. Last time I read Lord of the Rings was in 3rd and 4th grade. If any of you have read these are not 3rd and 4th grade level. I really realized that I want to stay in Japan. Like, I've known for a very long time, ever since I stepped foot in here, even before I came to Japan, I'm like, I want to live in Japan for long term, for the foreseeable future. I want to create a life here. I want to make something really amazing here. Like, there's something here, there's a special power that is here creatively, culturally, that I really want to be a part of, that I really want to join in with. So basically, that brings me back to now. That is essentially my kind of big update, I guess. I kind of pulled the JonTron on everyone. I disappeared for a little while, and well, this video is my opportunity to say, well, I'm back. Something I really realized through this too, and through some of those comments I read on that birthday video, I've created a really tight-knit group of people who really seem like they care. One thing I've always wanted to do with YouTube ever since I was 12 is create a YouTube channel. And at that time it was like, I want to play video games for a living and this and that. And as I grew older, the goal changed where it's like, I still want to do YouTube, but like obviously the money, like playing video games for money thing, that's not all it. And now I've reached the point where like, I know what I really wanted to do for the entire time is really building a special community and making the coolest videos that I can and sharing them with people. YouTube, it's sharing yourself, sharing your experience and cool things that you can do with people on the internet. And hopefully they resonate with that. Hopefully they subscribe and hit the bell. And hopefully more than anything, feel like they've gotten some value out of that video. Something's changed about their perspective, or they learned something new that they didn't know before. That's what I want to do with my channel, and I hope that's what I can continue to do. And I really just hope that you guys are just as excited as me to see where we can take this thing. Stay tuned, guys, and thank you so much.